cool run through there, and then as you open up from there,
you are
it's
in downtown
Islamorada.
Big Bonefish Central. You know, I don't know what exactly it is, just the current, the grass, whatever, but there's big bonefish there.
He went right next to your
He's eating it.
Got him. Yes!
There he is!
Yes, 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 yes! That's a big fish, man!
Yeah,
That's
man!
A big fish.
Look at him go! Look at him go on the white sand! Look at him go! Yes! Look at that guy! That is a shark.
That's the biggest fish I've ever caught.
I
got him. Relax.
Oh! Dude, he just ripped my boat off!
Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
Going after those big bonefish up there in Islamorada, it's always one of my favorite things to do. And you know, even though we got bonefish right here, we don't consistently catch 10 to 15 pounders right here. And you know, and heard good reports. We was like, hey, let's ride up there for the day. The weather was good. Been out there a couple days earlier and seen some fish, and I knew that tide in the afternoon was going to be really good. We had a real high water and it was going to fall, and that's really good on the ocean side.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some of these tailing bonefish.
Yeah, it should be good. We're right on that big moon tide too, so you know that current should be dumping out of these channels, and hopefully they'll be nice and happy.
Yeah.
I hear that it hasn't been lots of fish, but the good size ones. You know, we caught a nice one the other day, over 10 pounds. So, you know how it is. We might catch, might not, but big quality fish up there.
I think it's always cool to leave out of here and head up to Islamorada, because it reminds me of when I would fish from Key West and run up to Islamorada to catch bonefish. And there's some cool areas where you're going to go, and one of the coolest places is what's called the wheel ditch, where we run through the mangroves. And I always knew that I had hit Islamorada when I had to go through that ditch. The swash is on the outside. You run through that wheel ditch. It's always so cool, you know. And I know that there's good red fishing and snook fishing in there, but you know, there's so much boat traffic, you probably wouldn't ever want to fish in there. But cool run through there, and then as you open up from there,
you are
it's
in downtown
Islamorada.
Big Bonefish Central from there on, and it's you know, I don't know what exactly it is, just the current, the grass, whatever, but there's big fish there. Consistently, year after year, you know, no matter what cold fronts come through, no matter what changes, there's big bonefish there. And I've heard reports of guys catching 16 pounders in the last couple weeks. I mean, big fish.
So this is the meat, huh?
Yeah, man. They were, you know, you can see the current's just starting to come out of the channels. Look at it pouring out. It just started to fall. It was real super high on that full moon, and it just started to dump out. And I think anywhere on these channel edges, even though it's hot, that cool water is going to be dumping, you know, from the channel edge.
So what happens if it gets cloudy? We got a lot of...
That's what I like. I mean, I'm happy. I think they're going to tail. You know, as the light level drops, they'll go up even shallower. So I think we'll see them tail. And these are, you know, big fish, so they don't have to have real shallow water to show us their...
What side do you like to start on?
Either side's good. I mean, I looked at that the other day when the tide was a little lower and didn't see the fish. That doesn't mean they're not there now.
That obviously looks better to me because there's sunshine on it.
Yeah, well.
But I've only fished up here a few times.
All right, we're gonna run up this channel and then we're gonna start right over here. We popped out there on a spot that's, you know, it's really interesting because we always hear about, you know, boat pressure, you know, how boating and, you know, jet skis and everybody else can scare these, you know, spooky bonefish. Well, we were fishing that first spot right in the area where you've got that Holiday Isle sandbar where hundreds of, if not thousands of people, you know, sit on a weekend and party. You got jet skis right over here, and you know, and I know
paddle boarders coming right across our place where we're fishing,
right across the flats. But if somebody had brought me there and said, hey, this is where we're gonna fish, I'd have been like, what? You know, but because I fished that so many times, I know that those big bonefish love it. They're there because that water's streaming out of that channel, and I guess it's bringing the nutrients from the bay, and as that water's falling, it's just, the current's flowing, the grass is tipped over, and it's, you know, it's feeding time for them.
That one, that's the one, that's your fish right there. That other one's up there a little.
Look at that sucker tail.
Yeah, you got it? So he's gonna tail right now. Ooh, it's not gonna be good. One's kind of coming at you a little bit into the white hole. Be still calm. Put it right between the two. There you go. That might work. Might work. Oh.
Wow. They didn't like that. Good opportunity there. If it's not perfect, you're not going to catch them.
That's right.
That's what I love about that kind of fishing. It's the ultimate hunt. If you're, there's no easy way to catch a 10 to plus pound bonefish. It's not like, you know, oh well, if we go over here, we'll catch them real easy. It's always a challenge. It's always an accomplishment, and they just don't come easy. He's heading towards it. He's heading towards it. Come on, baby, smell it. Smell it. They should eat it all day long.
Right there.
Wouldn't be afraid to get both of them out there.
Oh, he got it. He's on it.
Did he eat it right off the hook?
Yep. Bumped into my line.
Nice cast. They'll smell that thing eventually, I think.
Where'd he go? Saw that dark shape and it just sat there. It's crazy. How do they do that?
Stopped feeding and went towards the channel, I guess.
I'm gonna hold my tongue.
Pretty good cast, man. Oh, I thought you had a chance there.
That bird, man.
Yeah. Try him one more time.
That was shaping up to be a really, really nice opportunity there.
The Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin, by Mercury, by Hawks K, the only key you'll need, and by MotorGuide, Costa Sunglasses, and Power Pole.
What we wanted to do was get up in there and get up in any of the downtown Islamorada flats and find some tailing bonefish. That was the goal for the day. The tide that we had to work with put us out on the ocean. You know, it's like, you know, it's too deep over here, it's too shallow over here. This is where we need to fish. It's on the sandbar. We go out there and start looking and, you know, we're not disappointed. All of a sudden, there are fish tailing, you know, pairs of fish, single fish, and we were able to get really close to them. Whether or not we can make the shot, whether or not we can catch the fish, is not really the most important thing. The important thing is the experience of getting up there and seeing a 10 to 12 pound bonefish tailing.
Or bigger.
Yeah, could be bigger. Tailing, feeding, and, you know, giving a shot at throwing out there and hooking them.
Yeah, baby, yeah! Nice shot, Tom. Beautiful shot, beautiful.
Look at him.
I thought he spooked.
Oh.
Nice job, I'm going after him hard. Big fish, whole school of them. Damn, nice and
See
light.
that splashless cast?
Nice. I was like, he's gonna eat it or spook, one or the other, man. Dude, that was aggressive. Nice cast, buddy. Great eyes, I didn't even see those fish.
Sometimes you just know that if you make the right cast, you should get bit. That was one of those situations where I made the right cast, it should have happened, and it did. And you know, those fish on the outside like that, those are good tournament fish. It's a place where you can go, and it may not be the biggest one you're gonna catch of the day. It may not be where the big 16 pounders, may not be a place where you go and look for a world record, but it is a good place to catch a fish. And I was ready to catch a fish. After all the shots that we had had, it was time to catch a fish. Awesome, here he comes. How about helping me out with him?
Yeah, man. Well done. It's a nice fish.
Get his head up, I'll bring him right to you.
Yeah, nice.
Very cool. I love that, man. God, I love that.
That was cool. Throwing at the big tailers, seeing those ones pushing through. That's great.
Awesome.
That's a nice fish. Those other ones you were casting at were twice as big, though.
He was ready to go in.
Nice.
Go on, big boy.
Well done, buddy.
The other ones were twice as big.
Hey, nice job.
Yeah.
Good job.
ended up landing that fish, and I was proud of that because, hey man, catching any fish in downtown Islamorada is a good day, because some days they can be so spooky that, you know, even the best anglers are getting blank.
God, they're coming right to you.
Right on that white sand.
Throw it short. God, never throw it short.
Take
never,
your
never, never, never.
You got another
never
shot, man.
throw it short. Ha! An awful shot.
There he is in the white sand, in that pure white sand.
That's a big
Look at
fish
the
right
size of
now.
that fish.
Pure white sand. Nice. Come on, see that. He didn't like that.
Surf it into him.
That bird!
It's all right. Get it in. Get it in.
Ah, the bird!
You're not done. Please, please eat it. Please eat it. Come on, please eat that.
Oh, I got it in there. Oh!
Take your time. You might settle.
Taking off as fast as he can go. All right. Real big.
I was right on top of my shrimp.
16 pounds.
He was right on top of my shrimp. Oh, I thought you had a chance.
That bird, man.
Yeah. Try him one more time.
It's like an eagle flying over their head.
Yeah, that was cool. 3 big, studly ones coming on that white sand.
That's frustrating because that was shaping up to be a really, really nice opportunity there.
It's all right. Go ahead. Get your crab in. We'll catch another one. The power pole has become an unbelievably important piece of equipment on my boat. My bay boats, when I'm running with those, I just, can't imagine fishing without them. They allow us to stop that big 24-foot boat and maneuver it around with a trolling motor, and it's just become an incredibly important piece of equipment for us. But a lot of guys on their little skiffs have thought, hey, I don't need a power pole. I've got a push pole and I can stake up the boat and so on. And I couldn't disagree more. I've learned over the years that on this little boat, that power pole is just as important. Even if I'm push poling, I still like to be able to have this remote, be able to hit the power pole and stop quickly. And also what I really love is when I'm up here sight fishing, I've got the trolling motor up front, I've got the power pole in the back, and as soon as I see that fish, I can hit the remote, stop the boat, and quickly make a cast. I'm in position. I'm not back there. A lot of times when I'm fishing by myself or with my kids or customers, if I'm in the back there poling, when the fish are there and I'm trying to cast from back there, it really is a tough scenario. But being up here and being able to stop the boat quickly is an awesome thing on these little skiffs. The cool thing about Power Pole this year is they came out with a couple new products specifically for skiffs. The lighter weight is a big factor on these little boats. They came out with a 4-foot version, which is ultra light on these little skiffs, doesn't add much weight to the back. And they also have what I love the 8-foot Signature Series. I like the length because I like to be able to stop in the deep water for tarpon and other things, but the Signature Series has the holes ported in there to keep the weight down, and it really, it's just perfect on my skiff. But Power Pole on a little skiff is an awesome way to go.
Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Lowrance and the all-new HDS Gen 2 Fish Finder Chart Plotter. YETI Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. And by King Sailfish Mounts. Marine Formula Stable. And Scott Fly Rods.
Islamorada is commonly known as the area of big bonefish. And there's certainly statistics to back that up. From our conventional tagging database, we certainly had a great deal of large fish tagged, mostly here as well as also Biscayne Bay. But the thing that really stands out the most about Islamorada is the IGFA records, the recent records for 2009. 68% of the IGFA bonefish records came from South Florida, and 60% of those came from Islamorada waters. So it's commonly known as the area to catch big bonefish, and there certainly are statistics to back that up. The reason for that is I believe it really has to do with primary productivity, meaning the base of the food chain. Because you think of Bahamas are essentially islands in the Gulf Stream, and some of them are very small. Whereas in Florida, we have Lake Okeechobee. We have a huge amount of nutrients coming down Lake Okeechobee, distributed both to Biscayne Bay as well as Florida Bay. So those nitrates and phosphates are coming into our water here, and then that in turn supplies the algae, and that in turn supplies the prey base. For example, shrimp feed off that, and shrimp is a common prey item of bonefish. So really we can, because of that high degree of primary productivity, we can really support the large size of these bonefish that we have here in the Florida Keys.
You know, even as the water gets a little deeper, you know, it becomes more difficult to decide which is a bonefish, which is a bonnet shark, because they do move very similar. They're in the same water, they're after the same food, and you know, to be able to differentiate between the bonnet shark and the bonefish is a very important skill in catching them. And as your shot started to develop, we saw a bonnet shark here, we saw a bonnet shark there, but one of the things that we had clearly seen a bonefish that had moved up and basically stopped. Well, as your shot started to materialize, I'm saying, Rich, I see a bonefish in that hole, and you're like, well, I don't know, man. It could be a bonnet shark.
I thought it was a bonnet shark.
I said, you know what? There's a bonnet shark in there too. And you throw in there above him. The tide is out. There's not a lot of current anymore, so now it's a waiting game.
It's a big fish. Boy, you shrimp ought to be pretty tasty right there. He looks like he's moving towards your crab real fast. He went right next to your crab.
He's eating it.
Got him, yes!
There he is!
Yes, 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 yes! That's a big fish, man!
Yeah, man!
That's a big fish.
Look at him go, look at him go on the white sand, look at him go! What I thought was a bonnet shark took off like a missile. I mean, and I could see that at that point. I'm like, it's a bonefish.
Great patience.
Woo!
You were
Come
so
on, baby.
patient, man.
All right, can you clear this out of the rod for me real quick?
Just drop it, I got it. Just drop it.
It needs to be reeled in.
All right.
From that deep water, he went up to the shallow stuff as fast as he could, and I had my shrimp rod out too. This guy's just dumping that reel off there, just smoking it. I'm trying to hold that high, but I had to clear my other rod before we could chase him. But he got up there so fast, almost spooled my reel, kicking through all those chutes, smoking up in that water where his belly crawling.
I knew where he was, and I knew what was at stake, and I started pulling as hard as I could possibly pull.
He's got me on chutes. He's way, way, way up there. Gotta go real fast.
Where is he?
I don't know, just follow my line.
I see it.
The fish is over to the right, way to the right. See him way to the right? But I'm around some stuff here. So you stay on.
Keep it up. Oh, we're hitting the bottom.
I'll get out and run if I have to. Do you still see the fish? He's beyond that. He's beyond that. There he is, right there. See him in the water?
Be careful, man, because he's pulling against you.
See the fish in the water?
Yeah, he's right here.
All right, stop right here.
Just get that weeds off of there.
I need help. Look at that big fish. Right there. All right, I'm tight on the fish. I'm tight on the fish. Look at that big boy. I'm tight on the fish. I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Look at that big boy. Nice job, Tom. All right, go after him. Get back in that deep water. Look at that big boy. That was awesome. Oh, he just got off. Look at him go. That's all right. Well, I know how you feel, because the last time we went up there, I know you had a giant slob that we hooked up there, same thing, tailing. You know, one of those fish that you knew was just a monster.
Yeah.
Fought, massive runs. We chased him out in the channel, had him right there, had the net out ready to get him, and boom, same thing. He just pulled the hook. Oh man, that was awesome. That fish is huge, dude. Wow, what a battle though. That was a giant fish. He was that big. That was cool, man. Thanks, buddy. That was awesome. Wow.
Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Quantum Rods and Reels, fishing at a quantum level. By the Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. And by Corrosion Block, Gamakatsu, and LOADMASTER Boat Trailers.
After all that time that day, all the shots missed, to hook that big giant that we were after, I was so happy about it, but then at the same time I was sad because he was right there, I mean right there, and I wanted to hold him.
Yeah.
But I got everything else out of it. I mean, to see it, to make a great cache, to get that incredible run, because there's no fish that makes a run like that in that shallow water, to blister up onto that shallow flat, just smoking it, water flying, line going everywhere, and then to be able to chase him down and then see him that close, it was really cool. But you know, it's just such a game of perfection, and to get 2 bites all day long, and have that many opportunities at big tailing fish, at big swimming fish, at just, you know, just a great day of fishing. It, you know, makes you want to come back for more.
I got to catch one, you got to lose one, and it was, you know, good day. You can't ask for anything better than that. Any day you hook a bonefish, any day you get a lot of shots like that, it's a fantastic day.